Hello, this is Michelle. I'm from Blue Heavens, and wonderful to be here joining all of you. So, today I wanted to talk about some limiting beliefs that I have had. I want to talk about how I overcame these limited beliefs and what did I do to do that and how I am today. So, everybody has them. I know you have them, and sometimes they will stop you, but you don't know that because sometimes you're on this role. You play this role, automatic pilot, all the time. And once these beliefs are set, it could have been set from when you were a child, it could have been set whenever, and you just perceive something from wherever your vibration is at the moment, and that's how you perceive everything. And you gain a belief. You gain all of this. And mine has always been I don't deserve love. And that's been my worst one. I don't deserve to be loved. I'm not worthy of that. And if I love myself, I can't love myself. And school, mine was always, I'm not good enough because I was overweight as a child. And I was picked on as a child. And I grew up, my mom's in good shape, my aunt was in good shape. Everybody around me, that the popular kids were in great shape, and here I was the fat kid. I wasn't really that fat. I was chubby at best. I wasn't even that fat, but my head just perceived that I was just huge child. I just see myself balloon, and it was awful. And I should have accepted my weight for whatever it was. And if I didn't like it, but when you're young, you're so impressionable. So mine has always been I'm not good enough. I'm always the fat kid. And I know that I'm still that. I'm 51, and I'm still like, I'm still that fat, but I'm not. It's getting that belief out. So I've changed that because I had to go to where this belief all started, this overeating and losing weight, this pattern. I'm not good enough. And there was this automatic. I lose weight, gain it, And what did I do is I realized I look back on my childhood, and my mom just always wanted me and my sister to just always not really look our best, but she felt if we looked our best, we could perceive outward the best, right? And our mom, she was just wanting us to fit in with the other kids. We could, have friends and everything, but I always thought I stood out. I couldn't have friends, and I always allowed that to stop me. I'm too fat. I can't be around this person. They're beautiful. Look at me. And I've had opportunities where I could have dated, gone out with friends, but I was in this belief, look at me. I'm not worthy. I'm fat. I can't be loved. I'm unlovable. And I used to wear this guard like this mask. I have been raped when I was 18 because I had this, if I'm lucky to have anybody love me. I'm lucky to have anybody love me. And that was my virginity. There it goes. I'm like, well, fuck that. There goes that. It left me with all kind of delusions about myself. It was like, see, I told, and my ego would always say, well, look at that. Isn't that correct? Look at you. You are not good enough. You had to have this guy, but I just wanted somebody, because I didn't want people to go, oh my God, what's wrong with Michelle? She won't have a boyfriend. So I chose the first guy that paid attention to me, and I should have had some boundaries. I did not. I got married to the first guy that said he loved me. So I got married. Then he went back to liking me for 28 years. And it took me out, and I was so uncomfortable getting out of that shell. I really thought I wasn't going to survive the marriage. I lost all confidence. I used to be confident, then I went to non-confident. At some point I lost my weight, but I gained an ego when I was in high school. I gained this big ego, and I let my looks dictate my friends because that's all I knew. And if I got attention from a boy, that was even better. I didn't learn to have boundaries. I just wanted a boy to look at me. And me and Angie's dad worked a lot. He's a great dad, but in my head is like, what did I do to make my dad work? Not realizing he has to work to make the family where it is. But you're thinking this all illusion in your head, and I thought, I just wanted attention. I just wanted that attention. I thought I wasn't getting. And it was the wrong attention. But it would make my ego be quiet. So I suffered with that for so long. And I just allowed myself throughout the marriage. I love my kids, so I made sure I was always a great mom to my kids, but I always forgot about myself and who I was. And there was no self-care. I didn't care about myself. I made sure, but I didn't realize they were reflecting me. They were looking at me for the examples, and here they're just watching mom fall apart. So after my divorce, you know, I had to learn to, again, who was I? I didn't know who I was. I had to find out, where did all my self-worth come from? Where did this all come from in my eating? And by the time I divorced, me and my husband, we filed for divorce during COVID. And we were separated. We would have been married 30 years. And the next month, it was final. And he got married a few months after. And she's a wonderful lady. She loves him, and that's who he always wanted to be with, not me. And yes, that was a blow, I felt, to my ego again. Well, what did I do wrong? You did what you did. You should have been with him. You could do whatever. But it was oil and water. So I had to take a step back. I had to meditate a lot. I stepped back into all of Lazarus, every aspect, to understand in Shambhala where they are at. And I'd always, what's wrong with me? Like, there was something wrong with me. I can't trust anybody. I was so in this denial. But I wanted to help people, not ever feel like that. And I know you've all been here. You've all, in whatever way, you've been here. And you don't understand what's happening. You think you're crazy. I felt stuck in this like little box. I was so scared. I didn't even go. I couldn't make eye contact with people. I'd always do this. I couldn't finish a sentence because my ex-husband always finished my sentences because I wasn't smart enough to figure my own stuff out. He knew my stories, which he didn't. And if it wasn't for Lazarus' spirit coming forth and gave me and Angie this gift of this father-like, beautiful energy of just unconditional love, no judgment attached, I learned these limited beliefs. I had to go back to my childhood. I had to see where it all began. I had to really accept and take responsibility, take accountability for all of my actions. I can't just blame everybody. I had to take my own accountability. I realized my mom and dad loved me and Angie. They had to work, okay? They had to work. And being a mom, you see that. But you don't see it as a kid. All these beliefs. I took in the belief I had to be thin to fit in. And that's not true. There's a bunch of beautiful women and men out there that are not, as you would say, there's no perfect weight. You know, if you say that, then that's delusional. There's not. You're beautiful whatever weight you're at. If you don't like the weight you're at, then you take the steps and you choose that. You find out where this belief started. Mine was always, it was an automatic pilot. When I overeat and I black out and I overate, and I went through a few months ago, I wanted to know where is this coming from, because I had to stop it. My health, I'm 51. I can't keep eating like a horse. I can't just eat whatever. And it came back to the belief that food made me feel good. The only time I saw my mom and dad, we were eating food. When me and my sister was getting along, we were eating food. The only time my ex was not yelling at me is when we were eating food. The only time the kids were really happy is when we were eating food. And it made sense. I'm eating and I associate it with that. I eat it with feeling good. And once I stopped that, I started losing my weight. I got rid of that limited belief. I got rid of the story. As for the self-love, same thing. I had to learn to love myself. I took down the guard and I feel much better. I do Ho'oponopono. I do a lot of letting go, somatic breathing, which Aaron Dowdy has in his 21-day Raise Your Vibration, and that's been tremendous. I've done it 3 times, and that has just got rid of all this extra stuff. And I've finally seen my lack of trust, where I wasn't putting my faith in Lazarus, for goodness sake. But how can I help all of you if I don't have the cup to overflow in my heart? I have to fix this before I can come here to help everybody. And those were my experiences. And I journal. I read the Bhagavad Gita. I follow Krishna as my altar to Krishna. And it helps me align me. He's like a father to me. He listens. I light his candles. I read the Bhagavad Gita. When I'm in that space, I'm with him, and I'm in that energy of love. At first, it scared me to death, but then when I allowed it, I started seeing my life change for the better. My kids now reflect that. My daughter, she's 31, she's now seeing it, and she's not letting things stop her. And both my sons, the same thing. They are now moving past it. Things are moving forward because they see mom moving forward. They see dad. He's happy with that's who he wanted to be with. This is lady. He didn't want to be with me, but things happened. We made our choice, and we had 3 beautiful kids from that. So I always look at that as being grateful. I have 3 beautiful kids. We didn't work out, but we got 3 great kids. I got to see a part of myself I could heal. And having Pleiadian as my planetary, and I got wonderful spirit dads, of course I want to learn from all of this, accept my shadows, and go forward. And the more I can do that, see, the more me and Angie can give their vibration and energy to Lazarus. We can help them. And they, in turn, help us. We never ask. We're so humble. And all information that they say is not our information. It's their information. And I'm a clear channel. They come forth with wonderful. And the more I heal, they can flow. Like Lazarus. Like when he comes forth and he says we're all united, he means Angie and me as well as all his aspects. We're all healed. We're getting there. And because you don't totally heal from everything in a human life. You won't. And I know that. I'm never going to just heal from everything. But that's what's so beautiful. And Loki's taught me that. Loki has taught me through all of his broken, he says brokenness, but he's kind of light. He's always talking about the pain and stuff, but I see how it's evolved him. I see it has made his makeup of who he is. If he didn't have these experiences, Loki's not Loki. And I've learned through watching each of them with their stories of the shadows, it made them who they are today. They're very loving, but they had to go through their own experiences. And Loki, he often says, I don't know if you want juice you're on, but you're still following me. What the heck's that about? I'm like, I don't know. I have no clue, Loki. I just love you. I don't know. I don't know. But I do love him. He's just been there, and I always feel his presence when I need that boost. And when I trust all of them, we can all unite. In Angie, all of us, we can unite to help bring the message forward to everybody. So today, what is your limited beliefs? What could you be, what's the story behind the belief? Where did the belief come from? And what is triggering you? And I meditate. I will close my eyes and I meditate. Aaron Doughty has some of the best meditations. So does Sarah Prout and Gabby Bernstein. And Victor Otto, if you've not checked him out, and Matt Schaefer as well. He's like a coach for women that have a lot of masculine energy, and he's like a coach for women, and he's great. He's fantastic. So check any of those. Are the ones right now I watch on YouTube, and they help so much. And I do, and Aaron Doughty, and I did the 21-day Raise Your Vibration Challenge. I'm on the Daily Vortex doing the shift method he talks about. I devoted to his YouTube videos, and when Victor has something, I'm watching his. Gabby Bernstein, once a week, she, something, I'm on that. I'm like excited. Sarah Prout, same thing. And it always will relate to what I need. And I always know Lazarus is leading me right to the particular teacher I need to help me figure things out. Matt Schaefer's helped me a lot understanding, different things, about self-love and women, and you got this, and it's just encouraging. And he has his Cosmo attitude, which I love. So, just find who you resonate with. You could resonate with many, and you resonate with us, that's great, because each of us are going to start, Angie and me, and each aspect of Lazarus, where we'll put our limited beliefs. And you just follow who you follow. It doesn't matter to us who you follow. What vibration resonates with you? And you follow that particular energy, that vibration, because that's why Lazarus does what he does, because you will resonate with one. And you go with that. If you resonate with all, that's fantastic as well. We love that. We want to, as a whole of Lazarus, we want to offer that to you, because we want to, you're taking your time to watch us, but we want to make sure you get all that information. We're making sure you get, you get that information. You're watching. We want you to learn this stuff. We don't ever want you to be stuck anywhere. We all want you to go forward. And the advice that the wisdom of Lazarus and each aspect of Lazarus is amazing. So we really want that. So we're going to start, this is limiting beliefs, and we're going to start with that. And then we're as subject, and we'll each make something. And then Lazarus will just wrap it up in his own beautiful way, however Lazarus wraps everything up. And we will be bringing in Lucian at some point too, and he's the shadow part. Lazarus is the light parts of them and the aspects, and Lucian is the shadow parts of all of them. And we'll bring Lucian in much later, but right now we're going to bring Lazarus. Let me get used to Lazarus right now, because I'm still getting used to Lazarus. Me and Angie, he has a lot of energy, so I have to get used to it. Me and Angie have to get used to the vibrations. It takes us a little bit to get used to each vibration, understand the vibration, and how much water we need to drink. So, you channel and you spirit work, drink a lot of water. You energy work, drink a lot of water. You have to drink a lot of water. Great advice. Please do that. So we love you. I love you unconditionally. Whoever you are, I love you. No judgment. I just love you unconditionally. You are loved by the creator of the universe. You are loved by your planetary ancestry from your planet. They love you. And just be the best you. And start with your limited beliefs. Start meditating and start looking within. And it takes time to heal, but as you heal, you will notice the outside will reflect the inside. And once all that reflects on the inside here, and you fix it here, it will shine on the outside, and your world will change. My world has changed tremendously. Angie's world has changed tremendously. And when we get knocked down, we know how to get back up, and we know how to go forward, because it's our experiences. I don't look at it anymore like what happened, why did this happen, and I sit there and freak out. I no longer do that. I observe, and then I react accordingly. I ask them. I go and I ask Lazarus. And that's what we do. You go to your spirit team, you ask, and you will get that assistance. So please do all of that. I love you very much. You have a wonderful wherever you are in the world. And come back to the next Blue Heavens video, wherever we take you. Just join us. And we love you.